Hey guys, Sarah from Recovered Health, and I want to talk to you about how many times, do you have any idea how many times that you have tried to change your body with food and exercise? I did this interesting exercise recently where I went back to my entire life and kind of looked at how many different times I tried to change my body. And I was never really into diets because I'm not really into restricting myself, and they always felt really restrictive. But I have noticed that I was bigger than average and had more body fat than average starting in 5th grade when I got weighed publicly in front of the entire class, dressed with shoes. I was 111 pounds, probably 5'3", which is about where I am today, at 5'5". And, but I never really got bought into diet culture until I was 13 and I was in 8th grade, and I was close to 150 pounds, still 5'3". And I decided to swap out my school lunch for a ham and cheese sandwich on Hollywood diet bread. Did anyone ever use that wheat bread? It's like 40 calories a slice. And this was like a big change from the crappy burger, cheeseburger, and fries, and God knows what else I was getting from the cafeteria in junior high. And then in high school, I did something called the rice diet, which was literally like rice porridge. It was almost like baby food, like hot rice cereal with Splenda. Wait, it wasn't Splenda back then, Sweet and Low. And we're talking like the early 80s. And then canned fruit, really delightful. And I did that for like 3 weeks, and I did lose weight, but it was muscle, let me tell you, because there was no protein for 3 weeks. And then in college, I became vegetarian and then vegan. I have studied nutrition, and all the research in the 90s was all fat phobic and saturated fat is bad. And now we know that all of that research was sort of, jimmied, like falsified, and that saturated fat is not the villain. There's still people today who think it is. Unfortunately, it's not the cause of heart disease and cancer and overweight. It is sugar. But back then we thought it was saturated fat. And meat. So I became vegan, which I was for all of my 20s basically. And I was a marathon runner at the time. Oh man, crazy. I was just living off of carbs. And it turns out that I'm gluten intolerant. And so I was diagnosed with an autoimmune thyroid disease in my 30s, at age 30. And based on the antibodies in my bloodstream, I probably had the autoimmune disease for a long time, maybe all through my 20s. And I was a marathon runner. I lifted weights. I was always into eating healthy and exercise, but I could never, ever get thin or lean or feel super healthy. And it was ridiculous because people would meet me and they'd be like, "You're a marathon runner? You're vegan? Why are you 150 pounds? Why are you 140 pounds?" And not only was I 140 or 150 pounds, sometimes 135, but the percentage of body fat on my body was high. I was always over 30% body fat. I think 32% is considered obese, maybe 34. And then around 40, I was almost 40% body fat, close to 150 pounds. I'd had 2 kids. My Hashimoto's, which is my autoimmune disorder, was rampant. And I was still eating pretty healthy, still exercising as best I could, even though I was exhausted all the time. I had brain fog. I was depressed. I had mood swings. I felt awful. I felt so squishy. I felt like all my muscle turned to fat. That's literally what it felt like. And I was just like, I can't go into my 40s like this. I've got to figure this out. this is not how I want to feel. And at first I was like, well, maybe this is 40. Maybe it's just elastic pants and this is the end. And I just refused to believe it. And I've been following conventional nutrition and conventional wisdom this entire time. I have multiple degrees in nutrition. I'm a registered dietitian. And I was like, but I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And it wasn't working. And then I started looking at the stats. And I realized that Americans are 30 pounds fatter than they were in the 1960s, men and women both. Our disease rates have skyrocketed over that 60-year period. We have heart disease, diabetes, obesity. I mean, 3/4 of the population is overweight. Diabetes is rampant, heart disease, autoimmune disorders, allergies, depression, fatigue, mood swings. It's rampant. And it completely correlates with our diet. If you look at a chart, our diet has become more and more and more processed since the 1960s particularly. And our weight and disease rates gone up accordingly. And the more we get rid of whole foods, the more we process foods. And the sicker we get. And so I dove super deep into alternative nutrition. And I thought to myself, if research has been so wrong for so many decades, what can I know for sure? So I went back millions of years. And I thought, what do human bodies know? What are we used to? Like whenever our pets are sick, by the way, what do? We put them on their natural diet, a natural feline diet, a natural dog diet. When zoo animals get sick, it's because we are trying to give them this processed food stuff because it's cheaper, instead of just feeding them a natural large cat diet or primate diet. And so I went back to a normal, natural human diet before the agricultural revolution, before processing everything. And lo and behold, I got super healthy. And I'm turning 50 next year. And I have an autoimmune disorder. I had 2 kids later in life. I'm perimenopausal. I've been in perimenopause for years. And I am the healthiest, feel the best, and look the best than I did in my 20s. Way better. 1,000 times better. All because of changing my diet. And so I'm kind of on a mission now because I don't want anybody to feel shitty. We have too much to do in the world to feel this bad. You don't have time to be depressed. You don't have time to have brain fog and fatigue and mood swings and misery and feel horrible in your body and hate getting dressed. We do not have time for that. It's a waste of our genius and our purpose, why we're here. So I'm on a mission, particularly for middle-aged women, because I am one. Most of my clients are women 45 to 60, but I do see a lot of men, and I do see some people in their 30s and some people in their 70s. But we have kind of gotten the short end of the stick, and we're told, like, you're just old. You're going to gain weight. You're going to feel bad. Of course you're losing your memory. Of course you have depression. Let me give you an antidepressant. Nope. There's no reason for us to feel horrible as we age. There's no reason for us to look horrible as we age. I can't do anything about wrinkles, although a healthy diet without sugar and processed foods, the majority of the time, will really help your skin and you will look younger. My clients crack up at how much their skin looks younger, that they get compliments even on Zoom calls. People are like, what are you doing? It's super great. I want you all to feel amazing. And so I am going to teach a free training this coming month in May on the 12th, 13th, and 14th. And I want to help everybody. I'm going to give you the simple steps of my process in just a short class each day. And there's a link at the bottom of this post. You can sign up. It'll take you to my website. You can sign up and I'll send you all the information to your inbox. You'll also get on my list. You'll get my free worksheet on how to handle cravings. It's like a 6-page worksheet with a really cool process on what to do when you have a craving that you don't want to listen to, you don't want to react to. So I want you guys to sign up. I'll see you in a couple weeks, 12 days. We've got 6 weeks till school gets out. Summer's gonna start, and it's time to start feeling better. And we're gonna have a lot of fun. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a great Friday.